Hey, good afternoon. I'm so excited it's Thursday, and if it's Thursday at Trentertainment, it is Think Tank Thursday, and I'm so pleased to have my friend Tabatha Bender from Redemption Plus. Redemption Plus is like a friend of the company's forever, since the beginning. Ron helped me dream big when we were just little infants. I couldn't even figure out why I liked it so much, but I liked it. It was helpful. It was very helpful. Redemption Plus, I want to thank you guys right off the bat. Tabatha, y'all are a sponsor. You're a digital sponsor, and so you're like the face of Think Tank every week, whether we really have one of you here or not, and then your counterpart, Bowling Music Network. So just a big shout out to both companies.
Well,
and yeah.
Thank you so much, and thanks for including us and giving me the opportunity to be here today and just have an awesome conversation, and again, grateful to spend time with you.
It's fun. I was talking to you earlier, and I don't know you as well as I know some of the folks over at Redemption Plus, and so I want to know you more, and I want our audience to know you more. So tell us first, what is the role? What's your main mission at RP?
Sure. So I work in the marketing department. We have a fairly small team, but we do almost all of our marketing in-house. So that's everything from email, social media, online advertising, all of that stuff comes from our team internally. So really just helping everyone in the outside world understand the culture of Redemption Plus, the brand personality of Redemption Plus, how we hope to help our customers achieve, all of their to-do lists and dreams and all of that stuff.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's great. Now, how'd you get there? How did you find, or how did they find you?
So I like to kind of think of it a little bit as fate. So Redemption Plus is my first job out of college. It's the only real career job I've ever had. So I had applied to a bunch of places, coming out of college, you're pretty desperate for a job. So finally Redemption Plus reached out, and I was really looking for a company that had more of a purpose or more of a, aura to it than just being there from 9 to 5 every day.
Mm-hmm.
And Redemption Plus really has that. We're really involved in our purpose. I also wanted to be a part of a company that gives back, and they place a lot of emphasis there. So it was kind of just a natural mutual fit.
Oh, that's great. So you are in that millennial category. You probably hate that label, and I don't mean to label you, but gosh, I hear that loud and proud. I want to be somewhere where there's a purpose. And truthfully, if people would look inside, it doesn't matter if you're in the millennial age group or not. People that are the happiest, I think, work with people who care about what they're doing. So how many years has it been? 3, 4?
So it'll actually be 5 years next
month.
No
way!
Yes.
No.
Time.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. I didn't realize it had been 5 years.
I know.
That's good. So you got addicted to the business like all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so what keeps you coming back every day?
There's so much. Obviously Ron's a wonderful person, very inspiring. So I think it's really awesome just to be around someone like that. But it's really important to me just in my day-to-day role to have a lot of autonomy and a lot of say in what I do. And Redemption Plus has, fulfilled that need through and through. So I really appreciate being a part of the team that I have. My leaders are all wonderful and help me grow and enhance my skills. So that's really what keeps me there. Plus the people are always a plus.
That's so great. That is so great. Well, you know what? And I'm sitting there watching you with that big, beautiful smile. You have that kind of energy. That's very consistent. How do you do that? Are you really that lit up all the time, Tabatha? I've never not seen you like that.
Oh, well, thank you. Not always, but if I'm not smiling, people automatically think I'm mad. This is kind of a little bit of a weird situation sometimes. Yeah. But I don't know, it's interesting. I did this project in college, and it was kind of like helping you discover your internal purpose or, who you are, at your core. And kind of what I got out of that was I am very energetic and, I always have a lot of enthusiasm. So I think would like to hope is just kind of who I am.
That's great. That's great. Well, I'll be your sister there. I have enthusiasm is something I get. I have this T-shirt, and it says it's so funny. I had a T-shirt. I had a bumper sticker that said what I'm about to tell you. And Sarah from Classic, that in the bowling industry, sent me a pink workout shirt basically, and it says caution on the front. And on the back, it says, I'm subject to sudden bursts of enthusiasm. So I should get you one of those.
Oh my gosh, I would love it.
That would be great. We could have twin shirts there. Well, it's funny, this think tank thing evolved because I thought, God, we're all in the busyness, in the frenzy of busy all the time, and that at least at 1 o'clock on Thursdays, we could just stop for a minute and think about the things that we don't have time to think about, that we don't take time to think about. Yeah. I'm very intentional about meditation and study of a morning. And I got to tell you, I rarely miss in the morning. And if I do, I can count on the day just being kind of flaky. And so I'm really glad that you've stopped to think for a minute with us today. And I'm curious about, what do you think we should be thinking about right now?
That is such a loaded question.
I
think what we think we should be thinking about is kind of all of these problems that we have, especially right now with the virus and everything. And, how are we going to solve all these problems and move our lives forward? But instead, I believe we should be thinking about all of the blessings that we have in our lives, all of the resources that are there to help us. What can we be grateful for? And hopefully getting out of that mind shift of, I should be stressed or the fight or flight. And instead, we actually have a lot to be grateful for.
That's great. I love that. I was just telling somebody this morning when my husband and I were walking, and I swear the sky looks bluer and the grass looks greener. If we've got to be in this nutty time, I'm so glad it's spring.
Oh gosh,
I'm so glad
it was winter.
Oh no. If the days were short and it could absolutely be worse. So
yes.
Well, so what kind of resources has Redemption Plus? I've been very impressed with a couple of things that you all have done, and I think I don't want to get this wrong. You got this thing called Boredom Busters. Did I get right?
Yes.
So you guys looked at what could you do now, and you came up with this thing. So tell me about that.
Yeah. So it was March, middle of March, right when everything started to shut down, and within a matter of days, I almost call it hours, we went from one of the busiest times of our year to complete $0 revenue. So, we had to go through a huge change, lay off a ton of people, furlough the rest. And we just kind of had to start from scratch and think about, how do we keep this going? What's our lifeline? And so we really just looked at what was available to us at that moment, and that was a warehouse full of toys, and there was an audience, of families who were stuck at home.
Yeah.
So we kind of quickly packaged together these boxes in hopes that we could somehow shift to a business to consumer business model rapid fire.
Crazy. And so tell me how it works, and how did you get the word out, and what's the response been?
Sure. So there's a couple different options that it works. So you can either buy a box of toys, and they're all themed. So like one theme is outdoor games with the basketball, there's a racquetball set, that sort of thing. So you can buy a box. We also have items for individual sale. So for example, we're doing a big graduate push to support 2020 graduates. So you can buy a one-off gift as well. But the cool thing about it is, on our website, we actually also provide resources to bust your boredom, essentially. So there's for moms, who want to kind of use this as a reward system, there's a chore chart, there's a homeschooling calendar, some arts and craft activities, that sort of thing. And then also another really cool thing is that 10% of all purchases go to support our local chapter of Ronald McDonald House. So there's a charity.
Wow. That's great. Now you've had some big things happen too. You've had some philanthropic situations where people have come and bought and distributed, correct? Is that?
Yes, we've been incredibly fortunate. So, the company who runs our 401k program, that family reached out and actually donated a couple $1,000s to buy boxes. So we actually donated, I don't know the exact number, but a lot of boxes to KBC, which is a local children's program here in Kansas City. And then, of course, on top of that, we were able to give a donation back to Ronald McDonald House, right?
Oh,
We had a family give us this donation. So
uh,
yeah, we've been
I just
really,
I got goosebumps from the top of my head all the way down.
it's crazy to think
Yeah,
about. Yeah.
yeah.
Especially in this time of need when so many
Yeah.
people are struggling, but yet you still have people who want to help.
Oh, that's great. If anybody wants to get involved, how would they get involved in something like that?
So you can just reach out to us at Redemption Plus. There's contact information also on the Boredom Buster website as well. More than happy to include anyone who wants to donate or buy a box or give a box as a gift, anything like that.
That's great. That's fantastic. So what are some of the other things you're doing for you right now, Tabatha? Just to keep, I mean, you're working at home most of the time. However, I saw you yesterday in a webinar and
I was at the office,
you were
yes.
at the office. So yeah, what are you doing
was.
for you to keep your spirits up? Are you quarantine
Yes.
at home? Do you have a
Yeah.
are you by yourself? What? Tell
So,
me more.
oh, okay, I'll tell you all about it. So I actually just recently got engaged in December. So thank goodness I have had the distraction of wedding planning to kind of keep my mind going on other things.
Okay.
But so I think the biggest thing for me has just been keeping my schedule and specifically my workout regimen. I'm not like a crazy person by any means who's working out, a ton, but I do try to at least get active every single day. And I think that's really helped to just, number one, stop my mind from racing, and number two, get active, which is always good for your body. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's great. That's great. Well, wonderful. Is there anything else you think that we're like, we better be thinking about this Thursday? This is your chance to really influence.
Well, Beth, it's kind of like we were chatting earlier. It's really easy for us to think about all of these problems we have in our lives, right? But really, I think what we should be taking an inventory of is the resources that we have available to us right now that we might not have been thinking about before. So one thing for me, I've been talking to my dad very regularly. He's been always throughout my life just a great source of inspiration and support. So he's kind of been that guiding light for me throughout all of this. And so I would like to hope that everyone out there has someone that they can rely on, or, maybe if they don't need help, who can you check up on to make sure they're doing okay?
Maybe you can help. Yeah.
Yeah. Or what resources can you provide your friends or family? And just the most important thing is asking for help if you need help.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, I have our signature think tank question that I have to ask. This is the moment of truth here, Tabatha, because at Traintertainment, we are pretty obsessed with growing people. We believe that if you grow people, that businesses will grow, families will be better, communities will be better. And so we're real interested in how we can help people with their own growth. And to that end, we do a lot of training and coaching. But my question for you is, what do you do for yourself every day, or at least on a consistent basis, to help you grow? What is it that you do?
I think the biggest thing for me, and hopefully if you were to ask the people in my life, they would agree with this, but I really try to make a point every day to exercise self-discipline. And I think the millennials kind of get a bad rap because typically they're really, really bad at self-discipline. And I kind of alluded to it earlier, but just like with my whole workout routine, it's not every day that I want to run or want to get out, but just forcing myself to do that, it makes doing other things, even in my career or in my family life that I don't want to do, if you can help yourself get used to being uncomfortable, then it makes some of those other situations a little bit easier.
Oh man, that's wonderful. I have a dear friend of mine that said, if you're not squirming, you're not learning. And to me, that's the, if you're feeling, if it's hard things are hard, but
perfect by any means.
But it's difficult to grow inside the comfort zone, right?
Right.
You
It's almost impossible to grow when you're in your comfort zone. Yeah.
Oh man, this was fun. I don't know why you and I haven't had a chance to sit down.
I agree. I'm glad that we were able to do this.
This is good. The next time that we get to be together, and we are going to get to be together again sometime, maybe all the way in November, but maybe before then.
Yes.
you and I are going to have coffee.
I think that sounds lovely.
Does that sound perfect? Yeah, I think that sounds good too. I thank you so much today, and glad that you're a resource for us here on Think Tank in our now normal way of being. Really, really appreciate you and Redemption Plus and Bowling Music Network. So,
well, we again really appreciate you and all of the help that you're doing to help our industry right now. We need lights like you in the industry. So thank you.
Thank you, Tabatha.